What's happening, guys? It's Tony aka T-Slaps here, and we're back for a brand new Draft League video, baby. I'm your coach of the Austin FC Deerlings. This is our Week 7 game of the Draft Jam, our newest Draft League on the channel. This week we're going up against Mr. TJP and the Bundle Montreal. Of course, you can go check out our opponent and all the other Draft Jam coaches down in the description below, as well as be sure to hit that like button if you do end up enjoying the video, and subscribe if you are new, as draft content is uploaded weekly on the channel. Spoilers for last week, so go check out that video at the top right hand corner if you haven't seen it yet. Our win streak was cut short by Endless and their terrifying Terra Volcanion, and now there is no wiggle room left for us in the remainder of the season. If we want to make playoffs, we need to win out with some solid differential, with some amazing prep and fire plays to close out the regular season. Speaking of fire, that includes this week where we play a terrifying sun matchup, but not to fret, as we also have weather and heat on our side to try and keep the season alive. Now time to tell you what we're bringing and why we're bringing it, so if you're just interested in the battle, there's a timestamp on the screen or in the description to take you to the game. Now Mr. TJP has a really strong Sun squad with his Sunsetter Ninetales, which can grab his team great momentum and disrupt mine with dual status, Will-O-Wisp, and Hypnosis. He has two super strong Terra Captains and Sun Abusers and Walking Wake, which needs absolutely no boost just to come in and blow a hole through my team, or Venusaur, which with the right Terra can sweep my team easily in the sun with chlorophyll and growth. Include the offensive threat of a Dragon Dance Salamence or even an annoying Gliscor, which can be tricky for any team to break down. We have a super strong team looking to shatter our chances at playoffs. Starting off super strong this week is our big breaker in Tyranitar. Not only is Tyranitar an amazing breaker, it also functions really well as a natural counter to the Sun with its Sandstream ability, weakening the sweeping capabilities of Walking Wake and Venusaur. The opposing team also does not appreciate switching into the dual stabs of Knock Off and Stone Edge, as no Pokemon on his team can easily take two hits except for the Gliscor, which we're carrying Ice Punch for, and the Avalugg. Lastly, we have Dragon Dance, as if we remove his Sun permanently by getting rid of the Ninetales, there's almost nothing on his team that can outspeed our Tyranitar at +1 with our speed investment, and even less that can take a hit at +1. Even with our clear amulet, we stay immune to Salamance's Intimidate as well, and fire back with the earlier mentioned Ice Punch. We also have Terra Water as an option this week in order to take a hit better from the Walking Wake, or Infernape in a pinch in order to seek an important KO, or get the Dragon Dance off against something that was threatening us originally. But this wouldn't be a Draft Jam game without the powerhouse of our team bringing the heat, Landorus Incarnate. We're bringing, as you guessed, Life Orb Sheer Force as our way of just overwhelming the opposing team with raw power, as his ground resist really does not exist. We're rocking Earth Power to nuke his team, with Sludge Wave in order to break even the most specially defensive of Sylveons, with Nasty Plot to punish any pivots into his Gliscor. As if the Sun is set up in the battlefield, a +2 Weather Ball in the Sun has a 75% chance just to OHKO a fully specially defensive Gliscor. His only way of combating Landorus obliterated in one turn. Breaking Gliscor completely opens up Earth Power spam into my opponent's team, and with this Weather Ball tech, I think it's Landorus' week to shine. Next up is our specially defensive wall to the team, Moltres. Actually, fun fact about TJP's team, most of his team attacks specially, so our Moltres does a really good job at sponging hits from the other side, mainly that Ninetales and Venusaur, if it does not carry a super effective Terra typing enemy. It also helps me naturally break the Avalugg for my Tyranitar, and can even 2 KO physically defensive Gliscors with Flamethrower in the Sun. Using this as a switch into Ninetales is also really effective, as we punish their momentum grabbing with Baton Pass with our slower U-turn in order to shut down the Sun easily every single time. We're rocking Air Slash in order to hurt his Walking Wake with some damage, as we really can't risk Hurricane in the Sun, and we finally have Roost in order to stay healthy, and Heavy Duty Boost to avoid entry hazard damage. Now we can't always guarantee that we can shut down the Sun from our opponent, so we need an option to outspeed his Walking Wake if it has Photosynthesis speed, or even just outspeed Scarfed and set up threats. That's why we're bringing a Scarf Gengar this week, as our opponent literally does not have a Ghost Resist on their team. Gengar can spam Shadow Balls really freely, threatening KOs once my other breakers have weakened his walls. Sludge Wave also looks really strong and can punish a Sylveon that thinks that it can switch in on Shadow Balls each time Gengar is in. We have Icy Wind in order to KO the Gliscor and Salamence, and lower the speed of Walking Wake if we really need to, in order to allow a stronger hitter like Landorus to revenge if we're not strong enough to do so. And finally, we have Destiny Bond as a get out of jail free card if we find ourselves in a position to potentially be cleaned up by his offense in the late game. Next, we have our team captain and our dedicated lead this game, Terra Quabble. We're running an AV this week in order to sponge hits and grab momentum for our team in order to get the big power hitters in. As much as I want to give Quaquaval the chance to shine and try to sweep this week, we're lacking optimal momentum, and Quaquaval fits the bill perfectly, no pun intended. We have Aqua Step as stab, Terra Blast with Terra Fairy as a way of breaking Walking Wake its elements, U-Turn for momentum as it was stronger generally against this team this week than Flip Turn in the Sun, and Facade in case we get burned on the switch-in by the Ninetales. Squabble is meant to sponge hits as long as it can and pivot in and out with the U-Turn in order to get in the big hitters. It has a very specific speed stat, underspeeding the Goldango so we can take the hit and U-Turn into Lando for free, but if we get the Aqua Drop off, we can outspeed his entire team including the Walking Wake and hit it hard with our Terra Blast. Timing our Terra right with this thing will be super integral, as we can take hits from the Goldango and pivot freely prior to Terra, but post Terra, we can take hits from the Salamence and Walking Wake a bit safer, so getting the sequences correctly will be super important for how we can win and lose this game. Finally, we have our least used Pokemon on the team, but one that I think really rounds up the team the best this week, Latias. We're using Latias as another specially defensive sponge this week, meant to help out with Pokemon that Moltres and Quaquaval might have trouble dealing with, namely that Terra Venusaur and potentially the Infernape if it's choice locked into a suboptimal move. We're even running safety goggles in order to punish Sleep Powder from the Venusaur, trying to prevent free growths from a scariest sweeper. We're running Draco Meteor in order to do huge damage across our opponent's team, Ice Beam in order to threaten a KO on the Gliscor Salamence without risking a miss, as well as do consistent safe damage to the Venusaur, and Weather Ball in order to nuke the Goldango and Venusaur in the sun. Lastly, we have Tailwind, as we can set this up to ensure that even if we can't remove the sun safely, we can set up a Tailwind in order to ensure our entire team can outspeed even his fastest Sun sweepers and stop me from being blown through by a Walking Wake or Venusaur. My one wish for this set was that I could have had more speed on this set to naturally outspeed the Salamence and Walking Wake, but we needed this special attack investment in order to guarantee the 2 KO on the Venusaur, and we also needed the Spadef investment so that Venusaur didn't 2 KO us with any Life Orb sets. That's going to be our team for week 7 of Draft Jam. What do you guys think of the team? Let me know in the comment section below what changes you would have made to the team. This Sun team is super scary to face down, but I think we have a lot of cool tricks in our bag this week and a super solid game plan that will hopefully keep our season alive. Big shout out to Kirby, Keegan, and T-Row for the prep help and mocks this week. I want to thank you guys so much for sticking around and hit that like button if you do end up enjoying the Teambuilder. Now let's not hold back the game any longer. Let's get right into the battle. Here we are getting into week number 7, I think? Week number 7? Yeah, of the Draft Jam. Going up against Mr. TJP. I want to start off first by apologizing because this is going to be recorded on Switch 1. My Switch 2 decided to break on me out of nowhere. So that's really unfortunate. I had to send it to Nintendo to go get it repaired and everything like that. Like, that's how bad it was. So I don't even have my Switch 2 on me, so had to go back. So for one, thanks also to Mr. TJP for being flexible and postponing this game until I could figure out an alternate solution to this. Because yeah, that happened on me during the night that we were supposed to play initially. So big shout out to him for that. So I apologize. It's not going to look as great as it usually does, but what can you do, right? But let's just get into the battle and go from here. So we see he brought Goldango, the Walking Wake, which is Terra Electric, the Venusaur, which is Terra Ground. Not what I expected, but I guess it kind of makes sense as well. And the Avalugg, which is Terra Dragon. Didn't expect that to come. So that was the over. And he brought all 3 Terra Captains, so that's really weird. Not weird, but just a lot of options at me. And he also brought the Sylveon, which I didn't really expect. So no Gliscor, no Salamence, no Empoleon, no Infernape. Kind of happy not to see the Infernape. So he brought a really interesting 6. I didn't play the Sylveon or the Avalugg much in mocks, so I'm kind of scared about that. And also really haven't looked at this team in a bit. So definitely pretty scary, but I already knew what my lead was going to be. We're going to try to lead right now with Quack and go from there. So good luck up onto our opponent. We kind of need to win this game in order to make playoffs after losing last week. So yeah, pretty much we win, and we still have our chance alive at making playoffs. So that's what we're hoping for here. What are we going to see him lead off with? And we're going to see the Walking Wake. So this is actually a really optimal lead for me. I mean, I can just kind of take anything and get a free U-turn off on his team here, a free slow U-turn, and go from there. I suppose I can wait for the Terra. Do I need to? Do I need to wait the Terra here? I suppose I can wait. I don't think I lose anything by waiting on my Terra. So we'll wait. Because I can use this as a pivot into Goldango before I Terra. So we'll do that. We're going to wait on our Terra. We're going to click flip turn here. As he also clicked flip turn. Actually, I clicked U-turn over flip turn. It seemed like it did more damage across his team. But we're going to go ahead and click it here as he's going to go into Big Boy the Avalug. Just Terra Dragon. So, I mean, this is a pretty free Moltres. It two-shots it with Air Slash, which is nice. So I think that's my play. I don't think there's anything else I'd want to do here. If I go into Gengar here, I could just fire off a big Shadow Ball against his team, which also looks nice. So I kind of want to do that. How much is Sylveon taking for my Shadow Ball? It's getting 3-shot, but I don't really have a good switch into that. I suppose we can go Marcus here, or Marcos here, and we can just Air Slash initially here. We can U-turn. I can U-turn, and if I'm wrong and he stays in here, I can go back into Quacken. And oh shit, let's not do that. The switch one's really messing me up here. Whatever, let's just stay in an Air Slash here. If he switches out, he switches out, right? I don't imagine he wants to Terra on this. I imagine it's gonna be either one of his big guys here. So you can go to Sylveon, I imagine. Yeah, so you can go to Sylveon. I'm gonna Air Slash. I'm gonna do -2 damage. I can U-turn out here, go into my Gengar, I think is safe. Is there anything else I'd want to do? I don't think so. I think U-turning, or I can just stay in. Well, it's U-turn though. Pressure if it tries to Calm Mind up and stuff like that. I might let in a free Goldango, which is kind of annoying, but it's okay. So we're gonna weaken this thing a bit. We also didn't see Helmet on Avalug. Yeah, let's just go into our Gengar here. Hope we don't see a Psyshock and go from there. Or Psychic, I guess, at that point. We're gonna see Hyper Voice come out. That kind of seems like Specs. And we're gonna disable the Hyper Voice. Shout out to that. Shouldn't matter, but he did 36%, so I lied. Definitely not Specs. Definitely maybe some attack investment though, or just a high roll. I mean, Sludge Wave seems pretty free here. If he goes Goldango, that's fine. I have my, oh, he's Kabia Berry, so I'm gonna lose my Gengar here. That's not great. Not Kabia Berry. What is the poison berry called? Yeah, it is Kabia Berry. But we're gonna lose our Gengar here, I think. So not the greatest. I low-key think that was a roll. Okay. So not great for me, but that is great for my Lando. Because now I can go into that here for free, I think, and just fire off a Sludge Wave again. I guess he has to go Walking Awake here. But getting some chip off on that will be nice. So we're going to go ahead and Sludge Wave here. We're going to see a Protect. Interesting. So I wanted to... What is it called? I wanted the Nasty Plot there. I just didn't think that was ever the play. Is it Hyper Voice, Psychic, Wish, Protect, I imagine? But I mean, I get to just click it again. I suppose I could Nasty Plot here as well. But if he wishes on my over prediction, then he can wish out to like... Well, do I kill Wake? At +2? Well, Earth Power here, I think. I think that's a better play. He's gonna withdraw, okay. So can we catch something like a Walking Away, Goldango, Cash Flow up? That's the Goldango. Don't have... Damn it! Okay, so it does have Air Balloon. Things you don't love to see is that. Okay. So we'll go ahead and pivot out into our Quack here. Okay. That sucks. Air Balloon's a good brain. Kabia Berry really got me because Gengar is really good this game. He's going to make it rain. 334 down to 262. Unless I got the HP wrong there, it's not very offensive at all. If I step here, that doesn't really get me much. I'll just U-turn out here as he switches out. Not wanting to catch a knock, I imagine. It also keeps its Air Balloon, but I mean, if he sets up the sun for me, then we're fine. So go back into this. I'm going to U-turn out. What would I want to go into this time? I think my T-Tar outspeeds this Sylveon, so I could go into that. Yeah, we should have speed, so we could go T-Tar here, which seems pretty fine. So we'll go ahead and do that. Low-key, I think I love a hit from this thing, so if I wanted to, I could also try to DD, but I don't think we need to do that this moment. So we'll go into this. We can Stone Edge for free here. Yeah, so we'll do that. We'll just click Stone Edge here. And we'll kind of just pick up our KO, to be honest. Yeah, so we're going to take up the Sylveon. So down that thing goes. I mean, he got a lot of value out of that Sylveon. Taking out my my Gengar is like really huge for him. That sucks. And I was thinking about it in the back of my mind, but I don't know. I didn't think he'd. Deep down, I was thinking about it, but I just didn't. I didn't want to believe it. I guess I didn't want to go with my gut and say he could be a berry. We're gonna see Brute Root. I imagine that's the Venusaur here. So, I mean, unless he's like manual Sunny Day, which if he is, like. So what? But he's also Terra Ground. So like, I don't care. We'll go into Yamato for now. Yeah, we can go into Yamato here. He didn't bring Ape either, so this is like kind of his soul check right here is the Venusaur. If I catch a knockoff, that's kind of unfortunate, but he's like really like 4 move slot syndromed here. He's gonna actually go for the Terra Ground on this thing. Okay. I mean, that's fine. I have Ice Beam. I should 2-shot this Venusaur, I imagine. Are you gonna be like manual Sun? If you are, like, you're really like stuck when it comes to coverage. Like, you want Terra Blast, you want your dual stabs, you want growth, you want Sleep Powder. You're not gonna have manual Sun. I mean, yeah, that's fine here. I just get to Ice Beam twice, and be okay here. We're gonna click it. Like, even if he goes Goldango here, like, we get to break his Air Balloon, which just opens up our thing. Oh my God, we get the freeze. You can thaw out, bro. You can thaw out here. It's fine. You can thaw. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't love that. Yeah, I apologize. That's really mean. Do I get greedy and Tailwind here? Because I totally could, right? On Ninetales coming in, that punishes like Wake and stuff like that. We'll sit on it for now. I'm gonna go ahead and click Ice Beam again. If he goes to Ninetales, I can go into Marcos from there. Yeah, I'd have to go into Marcos first, and then I U-turn maybe into T-Tar, because I don't want to catch T-Tar with a Hypnosis. So we'll click Ice Beam here. He's gonna withdraw. Yeah, I'm so sorry, bro. That's awful. So growth, and you also use the Terra Electric there. Yeah, so we're gonna see Ninetales come in. That's fine. I'm gonna Ice Beam this thing as well. Do like -0, right? I'm gonna go ahead and pivot out into Marcos because I do not want to catch Hypnosis with my T-Tar. And then from there, we'll see what happens. We'll try to U-turn out. Receive a Baton Pass. Okay. So in comes the Wake, I imagine. Definitely terrifying. Definitely terrifying. No, we get to go. If we get to set Quack here, that's fine. Then I get to go into T-Tar. Southwind. I think that was the Wake, right? Yeah. So where are we gonna see Proto? We're gonna see the Proto Speed. Okay. So good to know. Good to know. So I get to go into my Quack here. And we'll see what he opts to do here. I mean, Draco's gonna do. Well, I mean, that's. Yeah, Draco's gonna do like 1,000,000 to me. If he specs, I mean, we'll get a good gauge on what kind of set he is. He's gonna Dragon Pulse 262 down to 145. So that did 117 HP to me. So it did 31% with the Dragon Pulse. So definitely not specs. Yeah, I mean, it might just be like boots. Might be AV. I mean, I see U-turn. It kind of screams AV to me. I could Terra here finally. If I Terra Blast, I think I'm okay because he just goes into Avalugg. I guess it sucks if Avalugg sets rocks. I don't love rocks being up on my side of the field. I think I'm gonna Terra and U-turn. If I'm wrong, I get to go into T-Tar and get rid of the sand. I'll just go back into Quack. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay, so we're gonna Terra here. Meaning that I could, well, he could flip turn here. I was gonna say that means I could have just Terra Blasted this thing, but he is going to opt to stay in here. I mean, I lived the Hydro Steam, I think, from where I'm at. I don't. Yeah, I didn't. I lied. That was a big lie. That's fine though. Hydro Steam. So we get to go into T-Tar here. Get rid of this rain. And I mean, I get to just click knock here, I think. If I DD up twice, do I just win? I might just win if I DD on the T-Tar, or on the T-Tar and the Ninetales coming in. Yeah, we're gonna do that. We're gonna DD here. He's gonna flip turn. Ah, that did a lot more than I would have liked. But we get the DD here, which punishes his entire team. I guess worst case is Avalug. Yeah. Damn, I wish I saved my Terra now for this. Terra Water would have been really, really nice. That's fine. I get to go into Moltres here. I do need to save my T-Tar in order to get rid of the weather. So we're gonna switch here. That sucks. I wasted a turn there. Yeah, so we'll go into Moltres here. If I can get rid of that Wake, I mean, we win the game. So we'll go into Marco's here. Like I said, I think he just fires up a body press here. He will. That is a lot. Flame body proc, big, huge. Do I... If I air slash and he goes into Ninetales, do I care? I think I want to punish the Wake coming in. I want to air slash. If he goes in Ninetales, I get a slow baton pass off, or not a slow baton pass, a slow U-turn versus a baton pass. So we'll do that. So yeah, he's gonna switch out. I imagine he goes into Ninetales and I get a slow U-turn off. So yeah, not a big deal. And we can shut down the sun again, or shut down the sun again. We'll air slash, get some damage off on this. And we get a slow U-turn here. At least I imagine slow. I'm not very fast on my Moltres. Yeah. He's gonna baton pass here. This will let back in the Wake. That's fine though. I get to U-turn. He brings in Wake. No, he brings in Venusaur. Okay, that's fair. So I'm a U-turn here. I think I outspeed with T-Tar. Is that what I want to do? I mean, I guess I could also go Lottie here. Does Lottie kill Wake? I don't think so if it's AB, which is kind of what I'm leaning towards it being. Walking Wake. Yeah, I don't. But Tailwind could be nice. I actually do like going Lottie here and setting up a Tailwind. Do I nuke that Goldango from here with Weather Ball? It's a roll, and not in my favor. I mean, I can go Lottie here. I think I have to click Tailwind. I think Tailwind like gives me a lot here. So he's gonna stay frozen, which is nice for me. We're gonna click Tailwind here. Scare Lottie. Fast Lottie. And we're gonna click Ice Beam here. So down goes the Venusaur. So I mean, if Walking Wake comes in, I think I take my Draco damage. Then I get to go into... No. I think if I think if Wake comes in here, I go hard T-Tar. I take any hit it has. And then I outspeed because of Tailwind. And I just get a big hit up on his team. A big knockoff. I think I kill Avalug with knock plus Stone Edge from where it's at. Oh, I definitely don't. Jesus, man. Screw that Avalug. We're gonna see this thing come in, which is probably the one thing I didn't want to see, but I don't mind taking the damage here. Do I live a oh god, I almost dropped my controller. I think I live a Shadow Ball from this thing. Yeah, I definitely do, because I'm pretty bulky. I'm gonna go ahead and click Weather Ball here and break its sash, or break its air balloon. We're gonna Weather Ball here. I don't think we KO. It seems like it's pretty bulky, and he should be able to be very bulky. That is a lot bulkier than I thought. Jesus, that's like max def. He's gonna plot here though, so we're fine. So we are going to just click Weather Ball again here. Cool. Lottie, dude, Lottie's finally able to do something. Oh my goodness, man. I sat on the bench for like 5 weeks. Came last game where I got bodied, and it's finally doing something. There goes my Tailwind. Oh my god, Tailwind is so bad. It lasts for no turns whatsoever. But yeah, you should go into the Wake here. I actually haven't been able to see that Ninetales item now that I think about it, just because I keep shutting down that sun. Can I see it right now? Are we happen to be like... Yeah, okay, there we go. So I mean, I can go T-Tar here, but I also think I kind of like keeping Marcos around just for that kill on the Avalug. Yeah, I kind of need it around for the Avalug here, and it's good against the Ninetales as well. So I think for now I can sack Lottie here, or I go T-Tar now, take any hit, double back into Lottie because we outspeed, and that gives me another time to be able to like sack around, another time to be able to sack around weather because I'd still have stuff around. So I kind of like doing that. I'm gonna try to go for that, so I can remove sand or remove sun with my sand here, right? I can live any hit from this thing right now, and I can go double back into my Lottie here. Even if I'm wrong and he clicks it again, like that's fine. I get to double back, and that keeps T-Tar around to remove the Ninetales Sun a second time if I need to. But like I said, oh, he's gonna Hydro Steam here. Okay, that works for me. So do I Tailwind? I don't think I need to. I think I can just Draco here and be okay. Just Draco here and get my damage off. I think we're okay. He's gonna... He outsped me. We lived. Okay. It's okay. Yeah, we're gonna Draco. We're actually gonna pick up the KO. Oh my god, is that a crit? No, he's not AV. I guess he's Boots then. I guess he's Boots walking Wake. Or something. I don't know. I didn't expect that to kill. Okay, awesome. So down goes the Walking Wake. And that should just be the game at this point. Yeah, okay. Didn't know how to feel going into this game, but hey, we'll take it. We're in an okay spot here. So I'm gonna go into Rocks here, just because I want to scout for Hypnosis, and then from there we can go into Moltres. I need to conserve diffs the best I can because the playoff rate is literally so freaking close that it might be important. He's gonna Weather Ball, rock me. Actually, did more than I expected. I'm gonna go into Moltres here, and we should be able to conserve a 4-0 win. So not the best game I played, but definitely could have been worse for sure. I definitely had worse games, and coming off the game we had last week, I mean, we'll take it, right? He didn't bring the Gliscor, which is super nice. We really couldn't position my Lando in too much, but I really didn't end up needing to. Really unfortunate freeze on this Venusaur. My Lottie would have taken chip at one point, and I would have died to that Wake. But even if I died to that Wake hit, I mean, I think we had the pieces in the back to win. Maybe. I think so. I think we would have been okay. So, but definitely very unfortunate nonetheless. I think the Venusaur is really hard. I didn't think about that. Am I gonna lose now to Avalug? Mayhaps. I mayhaps may lose to that Avalug. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I didn't think about Weather Ball. Oh man, I'm so stupid. I'm so stupid. Oh my god. I mean, I think I lived a hit from this Avalug, right? I kind of need you to. I do live in Ice Shard, luckily. Okay, it doesn't have it. Thank goodness. Okay, well I lost diff for no reason there, but it's okay. GG to TJP. I can't believe I forgot about that. I lived the Ice Shard though, so I think we actually lived the crit as well. No, we didn't. So if we had gotten crit on the Ice Shard, then you know we might have lost there. But GG to Mr. TJP. Go check him out. Big thank you to him for being flexible with my Switch issues when we were trying to play earlier this week. And you know, just go check out him. Go check out all the other Draft Gym coaches down in the description below. We now move up to 3 and 4. So next week is our final week, where we really need to win. With probably some decent differential if we want to make playoffs. It's a really tight race, especially with it being 8 weeks. But we're going against, I think, like the number 1 or number 2 seeds. So good luck to us there. But nonetheless, make sure to hit that like button if you did enjoy, and subscribe if you are new. We got 3 draft leagues on the channel currently, so go check out any of them, man. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.